It is Beth Sackerson with the WISPA Education Council. Today we are doing tabletop techniques. That is when you plant your elbows on the table and you practice control over your flourishes and the catches. This is the neutral position. My palms are somewhat facing you, but really what's happening here is I could just drop my hands straight down and I'm ready to drum. So if I were to just lift my hands off of the drum, that is neutral position. My wrist is in a straight line with my arm. This is actually a really important point. You don't want to be catching here or here. You want to be able to catch with your wrist in a straight line. We're going to start with the backward outside. That means the mallet is going to be thrown toward you and to the outside of your hand, this way. So what is happening is my hand is relaxing so the ball can make its trajectory. And then as it comes back, I am going to stop the mallet with my thumb. So it's going to bang against the back of my thumb, boop, and I'm going to pinch it with the inside of my index finger, boop, to make the catch. And your goal is to catch in the neutral position or close to it. If you end up catching like this, you can quickly get back into the neutral position, but you need to end here. That is your goal. So 1, 2, 3, other hand, 1, 2, 3. Both hands, 1, 2, 3. The next is forward outside. Forward is toward your audience and outside is still on the outside of your hand. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Both hands, 1, 2, 3. This will take a lot of relaxation in your hand. I actually almost flip my hand over, open my hand to allow the stick to come around, and then as my hand comes forward again, that's what flicks it back into my hand for the catch. So relax, catch, relax, catch. Now we're going to do inside forward. That is inside toward the midline, but forward toward your audience. So 1, 2, 3. Make sure you return to that neutral position. 1, 2, 3. Both hands. 1, 2, 3. You can see I'm catching a little bit inside and then I complete the little bit of rotation to get out to neutral position. Now the one that I find the most difficult, which is toward you, so backward and inside. I usually have an easier time on my right hand. I'm actually turning my wrist, then throwing the mallet down, and then catching here. So, and my hand is opening up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Boop, boop. And I always seem to have trouble on my left hand, not because it's the left hand, I am left-handed, but for whatever reason, I always get the ball stuck in my hand. So what I have to remember to do is relax even more and kind of try to get my index finger out of the way. So both hands. When you have those 4 movements down, you can start challenging yourself by going in different directions. I'm going to go forward with my right hand and backward with my left. And the control here is not just going in 2 different directions, but also trying to make sure that you end up at the top with both hands at the same time. Go in the opposite direction. So much fun. Wow. The next thing I want to show you is the figure 8s. We're doing a forward 8 first. So for my band, we have defined forward 8s as always starting on the inside. So inside, outside, up. Inside, outside, up. You could technically do outside, inside, up, but we have defined it inside, outside, up. So for me, this feels very, very natural. The thing with the forward 8 is to make sure that your forward motion and then this outside forward motion have the same timing. So I'll see a lot of people who are like really fast here, sort of slow there, or opposite, slow, fast. You want it to be even if you can. That's how you gain your control. So 1 and 2, 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 1 and 2. So let's do both hands. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Of course you can go faster, but just try to maintain that even feel to it. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Now sometimes if the music calls for it, we'll do a more quick sort of down, up kind of thing, fast at the front, slow in the back to match the music. And that's fine. The important thing is to have control over your mallets. For back eights or backward figure eights, we're going to start to the outside and throw it back towards yourself. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One thing I want to say about doing these quickly is you're going to use less and less wrist the faster you go. I'm going to illustrate this with this hand. So what you're going to do is end up opening up your hand, and then there just ends up being more of a wave pattern, and I'm using my index finger to kind of push the mallet right about there. So as it comes, you go backwards, and as it comes around, I'm using my index finger to kind of push it to the inside. So you can actually start going faster and faster just using that motion, as opposed to the full like wrist. But to be able to do both is ideal. Now for a super challenge, we are going to do our figure eights in opposite directions. So my right hand is going out, in, up, and my left hand is doing in, out, up. And much as I would love to show you the opposite of that, it's not happening today. Now we're going to do some bouncing. That sounds saucy. We're going to throw our mallet forward, open up our hand, and kind of bounce it off the back of our hand. Now really what's happening is I'm spreading my fingers out as my mallet comes down, which creates tension in the string and then makes it redirect upward. So it's really not hitting my hand at all, although it might look like it is. So this is important when you want to change directions in the middle of all your flourishes. The other one is to the inside, and in this case, it actually is bouncing off my pinky finger, and I'm giving a little bounce or a little push with my pinky finger to get it back up. Boing. So my pinky finger is almost like doing a little bouncy basketball thing. Boop, boop. Well, hopefully this is enough to get you started with your tabletop techniques. The best thing about this is you can also do it while sitting on the couch watching TV. You just put your elbow up on the armrest and then just do your stuff. It's so fun. You can be productive and lazy at the same time. So great. Well, thank you for watching. The next video is going to be on the versatile stall. So many things you can do with that.